Hey, how you doing everyone? We are in the new recording studio. So we're back downstairs now in my study room, and as you can see I have decorated galore. Sound acoustic panels on the walls, the ceiling. Sorry, the back wall has got wallpaper on, like a slatted wood effect. Acoustic panels all the way across here. In total over 350 odd panels. Huge amount of work. Lightings and stuff. I mean, I might play around with some of it as time goes on, but so far I think it's looking okay. Got R2 down there as well. But I hope you're all okay. It's Monday. This morning I've been editing some videos, answering some questions, and I spent the last hour trying to get the lighting and everything right. I had to rearrange my table a little bit to get the camera to be at the right angle and the lighting and all the lights that I've got over here as well, and on, sorry, this side as well, the purple lights as well there. But hey George, how you doing? But yeah, we're back in action, everyone. So those of you that might have tuned in yesterday, you would have seen me working on the, by the way, don't worry about the reflection on the light, because when I do my proper YouTube videos, I won't have this screen on, so I don't get the reflection a lot. But at the moment, I am getting a bit of reflection from this side of the screen at the moment. In fact, I'm not sure if it's that bit as well. No, it's this screen actually. Sorry, it's this one. Let me just reduce the brightness there. There we go. So I get less reflection of the light. Hey, Mark. So here's a new recording studio. Got a sofa there. I'm making much more better use out of this room, to be honest. Hey, Carapos, how you doing? So I've been just going through some work, going through some emails. Got to try and book a client call with someone once they're ready to have another client call. But how are you all? How are you all doing? What are you up to, in fact? What are you all up to? You know what's always weird for me is I normally have the radio on before I come live, and then I switch the radio off when I go live, and the room goes into silence, and it's always a bit of a weird feeling. It's always a bit of a weird feeling. But what do you think of the room? Let me know. Obviously there are shadows caused by the lighting. The way to get around that is if I have the lighting a lot higher up, but I have to be honest, that's a lot more hassle and work and effort, and I feel like I'm done. It's been Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, about, if I had done it from start to finish, this would have taken 2 days. Because I've done it in piecemeal, it's about 4 days work. Oh man, bye daddy. No George, no George. Don't infect this chat with any more talk about GoDaddy. I don't know what to say. You know, GoDaddy. Well, we all know what we want to say about GoDaddy, right? But we don't always say it. But boy, GoDaddy can kiss my ass. No, and you know, just I'll tell you what, on the YouTube, not the YouTube, the Elementor Facebook group, there's been a couple of people who have been defending GoDaddy, Ocean WP. So someone said they had a problem with Elementor Pro and they were using the 2022 theme and there was a problem. And I said to them, use Hello. Don't use 2022, use Hello with Elementor Pro or Elementor, whatever. And this one person came into the chat and they started saying, why are you telling them to get a new car rather than fix the car? And I went, but why would you advise anyone to use 2022 with Elementor? Why would you advise that? Yeah, Matt, it is. A video will be coming out tomorrow, which shows what I did to the room downstairs. Just complete new layout, setup. Downstairs study room now. The upstairs one was 2 meters by 2 meters. This is 4 meters by 3. Much more breathing space, right? It makes a big difference. So this person on the Elementor group said, why am I telling them to use hello without fixing the problem? And I said, but why would you use 2022? Yeah, do you know what I mean, Carapos? And then the person said, but they like using Cadence and Ocean WP. And I was like, but Ocean WP, I know some people think Ocean WP is great, but if you look at the Elementor Facebook group, Ocean WP is one of the worst offending themes out there. But I'm just me. I'm very passionate about hello. Yeah, Matt, don't worry, Matt, by the way, you're busy. You're busy. You're allowed to be busy. In fact, I prefer it if I know you guys are busy. Yeah, I mean, I hope, it's, I've got a light here, a light down there as well, down here. Then the lights at the back to light up, and then the lights on the ceiling. I can't get my fingers right. There, those two lights. But yeah. Exactly, Carapos, exactly. So when this person said they had a problem with, so I'm just rearranging my screen here, with Elementor and 2022, I said to them, switch to hello. Switch to hello. Why? What are you doing? And this one person was like, why am I telling them to do that? Because that's like having a broken car and getting a brand new car. And what I try to explain is, yeah, but you're using the wrong engine with the wrong setup kind of thing. Is it dark? Is it too dark? Let me just brighten it up a bit. Not sure if that helps a bit more. Would you say it's too dark, Catherine? Would you say it's too dark? Yeah, it'll be out tomorrow. It'll be out tomorrow. Too dark? Too dark? Is it too dark? Yeah, exactly. I'm just going to change the lighting on my monitor, by the way, if you see me reaching over. But yeah, it's like putting a Lamborghini... Well, it's worse than that. It's like putting a Lamborghini, with a Fiat Punto. I'm just going to change the lighting, by the way, okay, for my monitor. Just because it is, just so I can get an idea for how does this look on the screen. So please do not, whoa, where am I going? Yeah, please don't run away. So yeah, it is a bit darker, but let's get this lighting just to shine on me a bit more. There you go. How's that? How's that? That was probably the dark, but if I do that, that probably lightens me up a bit better. Do you think that looks better, Catherine? I listen to Catherine. If she says it's too dark, it's too dark. There you go, cool. Yeah, sorry, I hadn't adjusted the focus light, because that's the key one. Watch what happens when I turn the focus light off. That's the key one. All of these are just extra lights, face here, purple light here, background lights, but that is the focus light onto me. Hey, Chingy. So yeah, but there have been quite a few people that have defended GoDaddy on the Elementor Facebook group, and I think you might not have a problem yet, but you might get a problem later. So, I'm not sure why people always ignore the advice we sometimes give. It's not like there are thousands of host providers out there, right? And we tend to always talk bad about some of them, but there's a reason for that. Like if anyone, like right now, I've never used like WP Bakery. I've seen it, never used it. So I can't properly comment on how bad it is. But Visual Composer, Beaver Builder, what else? Wix, GoDaddy, Bluehost, You know, there's quite a few of them. And that's from experience. It feels so much better, Pixstar. It feels so much better. Yeah, Elgato key lights are good. I just have more space. Like, I can, like, you know, you probably won't hear me very well, but I can get up now. I can walk around. I can do some weights if I want, right? I can do stuff. I can have a chill. I can sit down, you know, and relax, kind of thing. So it's just having that extra space. That was my big problem. In that room, whenever I had to go out to get another Pepsi or get something to eat or go for a loo break, I had to shimmy around my chair and desk to then get out the room, and it felt so claustrophobic. And if I really stretched, I could touch the opposite ends of, you know, the walls, and it just felt small. I was like, I have an office downstairs, 4 meters by 3 meters. Since January, and I moved everything upstairs, my screen and everything, I'm not using my room. So it was like, what am I? I've got to think this through differently. Yes, Andrew. Yes, I am. I'm all set up now. I'm all set up. Oh, Carapace WP Bakery is the same as Visual Composer. Ugh. Oops, sorry. The only thing I do have to get used to is that sometimes the bird, the pigeons and whatever, when they run across, they literally run across the roof. You know, it's an apex roof, but they run across it, so you can hear them go. So I just got to make sure if I'm doing video recordings, I kind of pause to let them do their runner while they're doing their Usain Bolts across the roof. And then I can continue. What are your plans for this week, everyone? It's Monday. What's your plans for this week? What's your I know, Chingy, can you... I feel different. I feel alive. But yeah, it's like next time Mark's over, no plans yet, but next time Mark's over, we can do a joint live chat kind of thing. And now we have the space. We did not have the space before. We would have struggled to get 2 people in there. Wow. 3 websites. That is amazing, Jimmy. Are they brand new websites or websites you've been working on? Is it like completion time now, handover? Are these like 3 totally brand new? Because that's, A, it's great. B, that's a lot of work. C, what are you doing here? Get on with them. So, Catherine, you're taking a YouTube class to know it better. So, what's that? So, do you know what, Pixstar? Some people have said to me, we can see these funny lights in your room. What are you doing? And I'm like, I'm recording myself. And when I walk away, I'm recording myself. When I walk away then. So, Catherine, when you say you're taking a YouTube class to know it better, what do you mean by that? So what, is it like about YouTubing or lighting or what exactly? Completion work. Okay, cool, Jimmy. Yeah. In some ways, that's nice because you're hitting the finishing line then, isn't it? And to have 3 of them close off in 1 week, that's great. You get the completion income, the money from that. Super good. Carapace, 4 websites, dude. 4 websites. Why does the name Adrian Salisbury ring a bell with me? Adrian Salisbury. Ah, George, you know what? We always put our websites to the... We leave our websites on the back burner, don't we? Yeah, the 5-day challenge kicks off on the 16th of May. Did I get that date right, Mark? That's why the name rings a bell. Adrian Salisbury. Can I just do a Google search for this Adrian Salisbury? Well, I mean, I've just looked at him, and yeah, the name does ring. Wow. Sorry, pause his voice there. Yeah. Okay. I bet I can predict what he'll tell you, Catherine. What he'll tell you is, hold on, let me just check the questions before I talk more. Hey, Drive Mix Bob. Medical hydration company. Now that sounds exciting. Medical hydration. What, for instruments or for people? Yeah, Andrew, isn't that a pain? Oh, I saw this contact form. I want ours to be like that. Oh, I saw this little feature. I want to have that. Oh, I saw this social sharing icon. What is Facebook? Is it my face in a book? No, it's just a social media platform. Have you set up your Facebook? No. You know, it's all that kind of stuff. Ah, individuals, medical hydration company. Is that in the UK, America? Whereabouts are we talking, Drive Mix Bob? Drive Mix Bob, what a cool name. Sounds like a DJ. Hey, Drive Mix Bob. While you drive with me, I'm giving you the mixes. Yeah, brilliant advice from Pickstar there. Brilliant advice. So the advice is don't look at others, think about your own website. Yeah, Matt, go get the food. 5-day challenge. So it's for people who are, like new businesses or people who want to build a website. So, we go over quite a lot of things, but it's kind of what are the steps we take before we build the website. So what do we got to make sure we've got in place before we build the website? So it's for website builders, but it could also be for businesses that are thinking about building their own or getting someone else to do it. So lots of questions. Ah, America, okay. Quite like the sound of that medical hydration company. Right, back on to Catherine. So I think what Adrian's going to talk to you about is your cover art. Make your cover art clearer, which is kind of why I changed my cover art style. I started realizing, you know what, I'm being too fancy here, and my cover arts don't stand out a lot, and now the cover art's much, much better. The other thing they're going to talk to you about is make sure you're on camera. They're going to talk to you about searching YouTube. So did you know, Catherine? Okay, if you go to YouTube right now, okay, and in the search bar type Elementor, just Elementor, the word Elementor WordPress tutorials will be probably number one. Elementor WordPress tutorials, okay. That's why you need to get your face on there, Catherine. That's why I'm always in there doing funny poses. So when you do a search, okay, for Elementor, just that word, you get Elementor WordPress tutorials. It's the number one search. So have you noticed in lots of my recent videos now, my title has the word Elementor WordPress tutorials. Have you noticed that? Number two, it's in my the tag for the video as well. You know when you add tags, keywords, it's in there as well. So if you decided, when I was doing the videos for Flex Containers, I did a search for Elementor Container YouTube, and the number one search was Flex Box or Flex Container, one of those. So I made sure any tutorial for Flex Containers had the word Elementor Flexbox Container in the title. Yep, right. So cover art, all of that. Planning ahead. So you've always got videos lined up that you can release even when you're taking a couple of weeks off recording. I have to be honest, I'm not really sure about TubeBuddy. I looked into it and I found that you're paying a lot of money, and I feel like, what's the return? So be careful, Catherine, if he starts advising you to click and use a special link where you get a special discount, because it's probably an affiliate commission. So watch out for that. Ah, okay. Well, there you go then. If you can get hold of that Elementor kit, Andrew, there's half your work done, right? Yes, Pixar, I've got your email. Because I spent the last nearly 2 hours sorting out the room before the live chat, I haven't read it properly, but I will be looking into that, okay, as soon as this has ended. Well, Catherine, I'd love to know how you... do you know what? I don't actually know anyone personally using it and how it's worked for them. So I'd love to know if it does work for you and what you know, how you got it to work. I'd love to know that. So I wish you a lot of... I hope it works for you. Hey, Atif, thank you. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like it. It's big change, right? Big change. I mean, it is it's much more purple. I think before you used to get a bit of purple and blue coming in. So I might change that light down there. In fact, I'll do it now. Let's see what you think. But yeah, Catherine, I'd love to hear about your TubeBuddy once you've got it all sorted out. Hey, Jason. I'm just going to change the colour here and see what happens. All right, hold on. Surprisingly, that's not making much colour change, is it? Surprising that. The blue colour change didn't do much. Hey, cheers, Indapri. I hope you like it. Hope you like it. I might play around a little bit with the background colours a little bit. So the computer will stay here now. This will be the final layout. I'll be doing a video that comes out tomorrow that shows how this room started off and then the decorating process. And then, you know, the reveal of the full layout of the room. So you can see basically the door, you're coming in, you know, the desk and all of that. You can see the full layout. So the computer stays here now. So this is basically my layout. I've got a window there. They are sound reducing curtains. I got a big window here, sound reducing curtains. And I've got a doorway over here with sound reducing curtains over there as well. Haha, I think what it is, yeah, Atif, is that because the old room was just black at the background, it actually was quite nice. The black background, because you got a bit more of a blue effect on the room as well. And I thought about imitating that, but then I quite like the idea of having, in fact, I'll show you. Probably can't see it properly, but, you know, the... Oh no, you can't see that there. So it's like the wood slatty effect. It's just wallpaper. It's just wallpaper. Hold on. So at the back there, it's just that whole slatted kind of like wood effect. Much more cheaper than doing the slightly wood effect, that's for sure. Haha, yeah, Andrew. You might as well just get started with it and you'll be done. Yeah, I'm thinking about I'll try and do something at the back there. I'll try and find some way to improve that. September, Jimmy. 17 September. Are you kidding me? A guy compared WordPress and Squarespace and he said WordPress is bad for performance. And I bet he said Squarespace is amazing. Yeah, you are right. You are right there, Atib. The smaller room did feel much more cozier and closed in. Um, I just felt claustrophobic in there. I really did. I felt claustrophobic in there. Well, on the other side of this wall over here is the lounge, right? So I had the TV on in there. I had my son over there playing his PlayStation in the other room outside over there. Um, and there was something cooking in the air fryer. That's not that noisy, to be honest. And it was fine. It actually was okay. And because you use a dynamic microphone, it worked okay. It worked okay. That's the trouble, Carapos. Some of them, they just jump on one little thing without proving it. Oh yeah, I mean Squarespace, Keanu Reeves, wasn't it? I think when they first launched, Keanu Reeves was the face of it back then as well, when Squarespace first launched, and still is. Well, it's kind of there's like the differences it makes having the bigger room. I feel so much. I do actually feel better. I feel I can walk around now. You know, if I'm having like a moment, or if I'm feeling unhappy, or I just want to stretch my legs. So before, I couldn't really do that. I felt just trapped. What Jason says, role reversal here. But you see, and here's the other thing I missed a lot because I was upstairs so much more of the time is if I was kind of like upstairs a lot in the morning, the daytime, evening, night, I wasn't using this machine a lot. And it felt like, well, what was the point in getting this machine then? You know, so it was like, you know, and if you pay money for something, you want to like get use out of it. So I can do this whenever I want, if I just want a quick break or just thinking time. So it's handy for that. And then I'm back at my desk. So the benefits, right, of having a bigger room. I tried Squarespace when it kind of first came out. I just used Wix back in 2011. No, it weren't 2011, it was before that. It would have been, I think it was 2009 I first used Wix. Fell out of love with it after about 2 months. Then I heard about Squarespace. Joined Squarespace because they said drag and drop, yeah? I hated it. Squarespace drag and drop, I just found it so... You know, it just kept adding rectangles everywhere. I was like, what? Just couldn't get my head around it. And then I switched to WordPress. Started using WordPress. Used it before. So I went WordPress, Wix, Squarespace, back to WordPress. Yeah, Webflow is on the rise. I'm not going to deny that. Webflow is, you know, Webflow do... You know, when it comes to advertising, have you seen Webflow's adverts on YouTube and Facebook? They are very polished adverts, don't you think? And Elementor did loads of good adverts, but they've kind of not done as many. And I think they need to get back onto doing good adverts again. So in Dupree, the reason I chose Elementor is it reduces the amount of hard coding you do, and it basically just gave total freedom. And I felt like it had more to offer than any of the other builders that were out there. You know, Wix, Squarespace, forget them. I don't like their tight, inbred infrastructure. I don't want that. Looked at Divi, looked at Oxygen, looked at loads of stuff, but I just felt like... Okay, number one, Elementor, it was relatively cheap, especially if you bought the 1,000 licenses, you know, a couple of years ago, really cheap. Number two, it was quite easy to use. And number three, there was tons of tutorials and support. The Elementor Facebook group, there was loads of people who knew how to use it. Whereas if you go and search for Squarespace or Oxygen or loads of areas, they don't have that big of a community, right? And so after investigation, like with it, you know, when I buy a car, I go to the nth degree over what am I getting? The lighting, the MacBook, my drink. I'm checking what am I getting? This microphone, right? Fifi Fine. It's the Fifi Fine microphone, dynamic. I research, and Elementor just kept scoring high, and that's why I went for it. Yeah, Jimmy, we do WooCommerce as well. I'm falling a little bit out of love with WooCommerce websites. And I need to watch that video by Adam from WP Crafter a couple of days ago. Or was it yesterday? He said he's got a new solution for e-commerce. I need to look into that. To be honest, Drive Mix Bob, Wix and Squarespace go after celebrities. So here's something I want to point out. Wix and Squarespace go after celebrities. That's the other reason I liked Elementor. They didn't have a celebrity promoting the product. Right? It's normal people. Real people. Right? It's like Keanu Reeves when he promotes Squarespace. Come on, Keanu. Are you telling me you John Wicked that website? I don't think you wicked it at all. And that's the other thing about Elementor. So let's say we've built a website and our client does not want a hosting package. I want to be able to do a handover to them and know that they can go away and build that website and work on it without worrying. I couldn't do that with lots of other solutions where they need to have their handheld. So I want to give them the freedom to use us if they need us or want us, or they can go away and do it themselves. So they are not future-proofed, but I'm giving them, I'm empowering them. I'm empowering them to get on with it. What's the plugin, Jimmy, by the way? Just it's not the new one by WP Crafter, is it? I mean, the great thing with Elementor is, like, with a bit of coding, there is the ability to do stuff with code. I mean, there's obviously some stuff you can't do because it might break, and you got to always be worried about Elementor updates, right? But there's quite a bit of stuff you can do. It's by I think it's Nafax. Oh, I can't remember now. It's I've got to get a name. I've got the name of it written down somewhere. I've got to dig it out. In fact, I can tell you what it is. So this is in relation to Soom's question. I'll tell you who it is. It's by Nefex. It's by that band called Nefex, and the song is How It's Supposed to Feel. It's How's It Supposed to Feel by Nefex. It's part of the YouTube audio library, so it's free, right? It's free to use and copyright and all that. You can combine Shopify and WordPress. So there's a plugin to combine Shopify with WordPress, or you could do a link. I don't like Shopify just because, again, I feel like it's a restricted inbred infrastructure, right? Wix, Squarespace, all of them. You're buying a solution and then you're stuck in that solution a little bit. Whereas with WordPress, you can use what you want. And then you can go where you want. And you can pick it up and move it to another host. With Wix and Squarespace, you're stuck into their infrastructure. But yeah, like Soom says, you can use a plugin and do stuff, but it's like, I'd want to probably, cheers, Jason. I would want to convince the client to move away from that unless they have an established shop and it's risky to move over. Or they're going to, even if the website was down for one day as you do a transition between the domains and DNS and all that, is that going to cost them a lot of money? And can they absorb that risk or not? just replying to a question on Facebook. I mean, me and Mark had this conversation ages ago about all the different solutions out there. And if we say we're not going to work on Wix and Squarespace and Shopify and others, we're restricting our reach. And I think I'm glad we came to the decision that actually, you broaden yourself too much. You're having to then understand so many different solutions, which can get messy with so many updates and stuff. And secondly, we pretty much knew that we are not going to have as much fun or enjoy working on some solutions. So as far as Shopify goes, exactly. Look what Zoom is saying. When you look at Wix and Squarespace and Shopify and all these some of these others, they start off with going, yeah, it's only $2-3 pounds a month, yeah. But when you want the website to be good or do what you need, the costs ramp up immensely. And that's before you even start at looking for add-ons. With Wix, the costs go like that, right? With WordPress, there's a lot of stuff you can do for free in terms of add-ons and stuff. And some stuff you got to pay for. But the cost for what you pay is so minimal compared to what you'd be paying with these other solutions. So, Catherine, if you're still on, when are you planning to use... Are you going to wait for the Adrian Salisbury thing before you do the TubeBuddy? What's your plans there? What's your plans there? I really should edit a video while I'm talking to you all. So, by the way, Zoom... because I know you like watching them, and I'm glad you like watching them, is the podcast. There's 3 more. There's one coming out tomorrow, another one Friday, and another one next Tuesday. So those 3 are recorded on the Saturday. They're now edited and primed and ready to be released. Okay? So you better make sure you watch them. Because we only do them for you. No one else. If you don't watch them, well, we don't really care. They're only for you, mate. If anyone else does watch them, you can consider it was made for you too. But that's not the truth. No. They're made for Zoom. All of them. In fact, I might retitle our podcast to be the Zoom, Helping Zoom podcast. No, yes. So, are you going to start using it now, Catherine, or are you going to wait until Adrian's course or whatever? So, might make sense to wait until he does his bit, I suppose, rather than start it off and then go, oh no, I did that wrong, maybe. I mean, WordPress. Last time I checked, it was just over 40% of the competition of the market. WordPress, when you think about it, should never have got this big. And it shouldn't still be this big. But why? Because I can't be the only person that started off using WordPress. I mean, there were other ways, but then WordPress was the big one for me. And then I went to Wix, then I went to Squarespace, and then they come back to WordPress. How many of you have done that? You started in WordPress, and then you went elsewhere, and then you came back. Why'd you come back? Because you realise these other solutions are restrictive, inbred, don't really do what you want, cost loads more money, and they're just full of celebrities promoting them. Hey, I'm using Wix. You've never heard of me, but you will now. You know, they got loads of celebrities, endorsements and stuff. WordPress, from what I recall from memory, I don't think WordPress did. And Elementor, from what I know, definitely don't. I'm pretty sure Elementor don't use celebrity backings. It's the power of the user base. The user. Yes, assume. So YouTube advice, okay, cover art, number one. Make sure your cover art stands out. Get your face on the cover art. Do it if you're doing a topic. So say assume you were going to do a video about CSS. You go to YouTube, search, and you type in CSS. And then YouTube will tell you, it's a bit like Google, it will tell you what are people searching for right now on YouTube. What are they searching for? So if they're searching for, well, not just YouTube, but Google as well. If it says to you, they are searching for the word CSS beginners tutorial, and that's right at the top. When you do a video, make sure in your title at the beginning or the end or somewhere, you've got the words CSS beginners tutorial. Right? Right. Ah, yes, Drupal. Heard about it, never used it. But yes, that was one that people used to talk a lot about. But again, I never found that anyone who talked about Drupal in a good way, they weren't passionate about it. Now, when it comes to Elementor and WordPress, how passionate are people? You know, if it works for you and you like it, how passionate are you about the subject? And not just defending it, but promoting it as well. Are you passionate or not? Do you just go, yeah, I use Elementor on WordPress, psh, psh, psh. Or are you like, there's a reason I use it? It's a bit like when someone dares to get into an argument with me anywhere, oh, hello is a waste of space. I get really like, if anyone tries to tell me that Astra Pro and Cadence Pro and Ocean WP is much better than hello, I go angry. Now, if you have no experience and you just want to get the website built, I get why you'd use them. Don't get me wrong. I get it. But if you've got the time and you're developing your skill set and learning to build from scratch, you got to go with hello, right? But the same with WordPress and Elementor. I don't see that. So when sometimes people come onto Elementor forums and they go, oh, I prefer Oxygen, they don't sell it. They always tend to say, oh, because it's not as bloated. People that criticize Elementor the most, yes, I know there's issues of updates and bugs and whatever, but the biggest complaint is the bloat. And I keep going back to, but if you think carefully about what you build and how you do it, you won't have a lot of these bloat issues. You won't have these. Because they always say, oh, Elementor is so bloated. That is the number one thing I hear all the time. And I kind of go, right, but did you get rid of your Google fonts? No. Did you do WebP? No. Did you resize your images? Nope. Did you just have loads of intersections? Yeah. What's wrong with that? Did you have loads of images and videos and sliders and carousels and testimonials everywhere? Yeah. What's wrong with that? There's the problem. And often I say to them, but what's the score of your website on Oxygen? And they never reply. What's the score of your website over there? They never reply. Have you ever seen that? The minute you question them, they back off, they run away. And I hate that. I really do get some of my nerves that. But with WordPress and Elementor, there is a passion about it. Not because we are completely biased, but because we've been there. We've done that. We got the t-shirt. We had the drink. We fell over. We vomited. We've done that all. We've been sick. But we know what works for us. Exactly, Pixar. I mean, I would say when we first started building websites, we were using Astra. We were using the starter templates. It helped. You rearranged. It helped your understanding and building. And then after I think our fourth or fifth, we were like, no, you know what? Let's just try hello. And then you learn a bit, you make mistakes, you get used to the fact that you don't have the sidebar, you get used to the fact that, hello, WooCommerce, you're missing filters and stuff, and you got to work it through in your head. And then you suddenly realize, oh, actually, yeah, this works fine. There you go, Carapos, yeah. Yeah, so like George said, right, Drupal is only for hackers. If you're not a hacker, you do not Drupal. I mean, that's the lingo, isn't it, with hackers? Hey, you got some Drupal? Yeah. Do you Drupal? No. Here's some Drupal. That's what they do. That's their currency, isn't it, George? Drupal. Na 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 drip 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 drip. Creative freedom. Yeah, good point, Zoom. I think the Flexbox container has been slow to come out, and I hope they get it out pretty quick. Yeah, I mean, Atif, I tell you, I mean, I think I mentioned this before, Atif, yeah. So many YouTube videos, right, from 3 years ago, 2 years ago, and even this year, they kept promoting Ocean WP. We've worked on client websites where they've already started building it and they've got Ocean WP. And I say to them, did you do that because you saw it on a video? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, let's get rid of that. But so many YouTube influencers promote it because of Ocean WP Pro, because of the affiliate commission link. And I sort of go, they need to be a bit more honest about that and say to people, hey, Hello is plain, but here's why we're using Ocean WP. Instead, they just jump straight onto Ocean WP. I know, Drupal. Drupal. It's like, I'm treating it like PayPal. So you say PayPal. You don't say PayPal. 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 Would it be Drupal? Or Drupal? Drup. In fact, how do you pronounce it? I've always said Drupal. How do you pronounce it? Is it Drupal? Is it a silent D? So it's Rupal. What is it? Silent L. Drupal. I think it's just one like Drupal. 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 PayPal. PayPal. Yeah, go on, George. By the way, George is not a hacker, everyone, right? George is a very accomplished coder. Drupal. Ah, Drupal. Got it. Drupal. Hold on, now you're confusing me, guys. All right. Drupal. Drip. Just reading here. Oh man, George, deleted everything. Bad times, mate. But that's GoDaddy for you, innit? Dr. Oopal. That's a nice one, Andrew. I like that. Didn't think of that one. You got me there. But yeah, Andrew, I would say time and time again, the #1 theme that causes issues with Elementor people on the Elementor Facebook forum, right, is Ocean WP. The amount of times someone's got an issue and I say, what are you using? And they go, Ocean WP. And I go, use Astra or Hello. And they do, and the problem's gone. And it's something to do with Ocean WP being very slow to improve or modify or get an update out when there's an Elementor or a WordPress update. Ocean WP is just, right? There's a reason it's called Ocean WP. Your WordPress website is in the ocean. It's gonna sink. It's out of sight. It's gone. Okay? Sunk. Boop. Swims away in the ocean. It just floats away. You know? It's like the beginning of Jaws. So there's just an arm floating away, waving at you as it floats. Bye. That's your website in Ocean WP. Well, you know, change of ownership. The fact their developers got really angry. The fact that some developers released an email or a different product about, what was it, 2 months ago? 2 or 3 months ago? Claiming that Ocean WP had released a new product when it was actually developers that had gone rogue and were using the OceanWP name, and then OceanWP had to release an email, and that was such a that was a proper egg on your face moment for them. Oh yeah, Soom, what are you saying? How does Ferdy get about... Oh, how does Verdi get about Ferdy? Can you write again your message? I don't understand that. How does Verdi get about Ferdy? What do you mean? Hey, Hanam. So you want a horizontal scroll while vertically scrolling. There's the JavaScript in the video should do that for you. So if you watch the video, well, there's two videos. There's the one video that had the JavaScript code in there to allow you to do it. Let me get it for you. Let me get you the link for that video. Let me just get him the link. Drip, drip, drip. Uh-oh. Drip, drip, drip. Oh. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. And done. Right, okay. Yeah, the thing is, Vohanan, right, you can only... To be honest, right, you can only do it if the entire site is a horizontal scroll. If you're asking me how do you do it with the vertical and the horizontal, I'll be honest, I don't know. I haven't been able to work that one out yet. And believe me, the videos with the slides, they took a lot of thinking to get them to work that way. And I'm surprised they even worked. I have to be honest, it was a lot of work. Jimmy will remember, it was a lot of work, that. Ali, I don't really, I'll be honest, I know other people do. I don't really use CrocoBlock or Jet or anything like that yet. I haven't had a massive need to use those plugins yet. Maybe one day I will. Soom's question, how does Ferdy get on how to create a website? To be honest, I think it's just, he's just got a big following. He can put out a video, he can put out a photo of himself sat on the toilet and he'll get 500 views. A photo of himself. He can do loads of stuff. Yeah, take care, Catherine. Have fun. Some people, they just, you know, look, we've gone over this before, right? WP Tuts is good, but WP Tuts, 30, Living with Pixels, Jim Fahad, there's loads of people out there. They can put out whatever video they want. They've got a big following. I'm just not there yet. I'm just not there yet. I'm a pretender to the throne. I'm not there yet. Hey, David. Hope you're okay, friend. So, I'd love to be there. And I know you would love to be there too, Soom. And I know Catherine would love to be there as well. You know, look, I put out a video today, right? I got a new video out today. That video was released 13 hours ago. It's just got over 200 views. That's, I just kind of, you know, I have to be happy because, like, 200 views alone is actually pretty good. You know, I can't be wrong here. 200 views is pretty good. But it takes time, innit? Dave from Profitable Tools. No. Is he a YouTube channel? I might recognize him, maybe, if I just do a search. Maybe I have seen something he's done. Profitable Tool. Oh, yes. I've seen his videos. I have seen his videos, but But I find that look, so Dave from Profitable Tools is like everywhere, right? What's his niche? Nothing. It's just like whatever, right? Okay, I prefer to just stick to WordPress and Elementor and stuff like that because I feel like you could say that maybe if I started reviewing technology and products and other stuff, other solutions that aren't just to do with WordPress, other things to do with optimization, whatever's social, whatever, that we could make a dent. But I'll be honest, I think that if I start doing stuff like that, I just think that there's going to be people that have joined our channel who've invested in WordPress and Elementor. How would they feel if I then started to do a video about, I don't know, just something else that wasn't really WordPress or Elementor or web design agency? So I'm not sure. I don't know. What's your thoughts, Zoom? What's your thought? Tell me what you're thinking. What are you thinking? Yeah, that's what Mark is saying, the alienate. So, what was I going to say? Yeah. So I thought, what if I start doing movie reviews? What if I did a movie review as well, every now and again? So I've seen the new Batman film, seen that. Uncharted. What if I did reviews? And then I stopped and was like, but I could piss off some of my viewers as well. Because what's that got to do with Elementor or WordPress? If I did a review of the movie while building a website dedicated to that movie, maybe I could get away with that. I don't know. Hey Jadu, I'm okay. How are you? Whereabouts are you from? Exactly, Pickstar. So Dave from Profitable Tools, and there's quite a few like him soon, where they're kind of all over the place. So the next video that comes out, you don't know what they're doing. And this is the criticism I have of Ferdy and others as well, whereby they got an Elementor video out, then the next couple of days there'll be a Divi, then the next couple of days there'll be something nothing to do with any of them, then the next couple of days it'll be something else, and you kind of go, where are you going? Where are you going with this? Yeah, but soon, and I think that's where soon maybe where your strength might be. So it'll be about web creation, and you kind of dupe. Nice one, Jadu. So Sassoon, it could be that maybe you start to specialize in the other web builders or the other ways of doing websites. So some of our videos that I've recorded that will be coming out are about like web design agency or scams or saying no to a customer. That's not WordPress or Elementor, but it kind of is. You could relate to it from basically any business, really. Saying no to a customer. Oh, I don't get the reference. So Hanan, I mean, to be honest, Hanan, I'll have a look into it, but I'll be really honest in that because I haven't got a client looking for that kind of solution where you have a vertical and a horizontal scrolling website, and as you scroll down, it then starts to move that way. The amount of time I put in it, I'll be honest, will be minimal because it took me ages to work out a solution of how to have the slide effect. And it was only because Jimmy asked for it and it was bugging me that I did it. But to get like the JavaScript to get that effect, I just don't think it's something that everyone wants. Like Karapos said, I just don't think it's, if I scroll, I expect the website to scroll down. If I get to a bit where I can do that, I'll do that. But what I don't want is if I'm scrolling down, I don't want to have to keep scrolling and for it to go like that before it switches to the next section. I should be able to skip that, which is why the way I did it was that you got your vertical, and if you want to do that, you can. But whenever you scroll down on your mouse, you can skip that section. Because there's a danger then, you see. What if you've got like your web page is like that big, and the horizontal bit is like that big, and you're now scrolling with your mouse, you're like, you'll do this before you switch to there. So I just don't think there's a massive appetite. Now, Hanan, if you said you were going to pay us for it, of course we will look into it, because then it's paid for, commission for us to investigate. But I hope you understand that, like, when I come to do videos, I assess the need and the appetite. So the one I did last week about the background of the section changing color when you scroll, loads of people, I see that question pop up all the time. And then the one I released today, whereby when you're scrolling, get the font color of your icon list or your navigation menu to switch color. Literally switch color without having to have a duplicate navigation menu. In the past, I'd have one menu, another menu, one of them is hidden. When you scroll a certain amount, that one hides, that becomes visible. So you were continuously duplicating two logos, navigation, two navigation menus, two icon lists, blah, 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 blah. Now, you could do it where, with a bit of code, the color just, it just modifies, changes the color. Yes, Zoom, that was was that the latest one I did? Yes, it was the latest one I did last Tuesday. So, if I can solve the answer or the question in 5 minutes, whatever, we do it. We do it. Clap your hands in the air like you just don't care. We do it. But if it's going to be something that takes a lot of time, my question back to the person then is, what is that worth to you? What is that worth? Is it a showstopper for your project? Is it, is it something where you've asked other people and they're not giving you the best answer you need? Because then, for me, it's like, well, I need to investigate it. And Soom, did you like what I said in that video and that podcast? The key bit was getting them to understand you're paying me to try and find you a solution. So you're going to pay me a day's worth and I will spend a day on it. But that does not, and I will show you what I've done so you know that I've not messed you around. I will prove to you that I did look into it. But if I can't solve the problem, you still got to pay for my time. And the best analogy for that is, as a business, you got a problem, you hire a consultant. The consultant comes in 5 days a week and you're paying them per day. That consultant might not solve your problem, but you still got to pay them for the time because it is your time. Like what I just said, Soom, I kind of give them the analogy. I said, if you had a business and you hire a consultant, because businesses do it all the time, that does not necessarily mean you're going to make a profit or have a solution or make the best car or the best airplane or the best shuttle. Yeah, Jordan, go for it. Post the question, go for it. There's, the worst thing we can say is go, we don't know. But if I can't answer it, there'll be tons of people here that can. So always give them an analogy, Soom. If you give them an analogy, they kind of get it. And you kind of explain to them, look, I think I know what we could do with it, but it's going to take me a day or two or half a day to work it out. Because what you got to remember, Soom, is when you give that solution to that person, they'll build a website from it. Their client's happy. They probably made money off it. What did you make off it other than being really, really nice? And if you can do it for them really quick and free, I would, because it means you make a friend for life, hopefully. But if you give up 3 or 4 hours of your time to really investigate and they're not going to give you anything back for that, I would kind of go, I've just sacrificed my time. I probably did not speak to my family or friends. I probably put one of my projects on hold. I didn't do something. I didn't relax. I didn't go out for dinner. I didn't have a meal. I did something to help you out for nothing. And you probably won't even get gratitude for it. Client won't thank you for it because they never knew about it. Right, yeah, so what Mark just said there, James, if you need support we're not just talking about the technical aspect, we're talking about the whole business aspect, right? We're talking about your agency scaling up, your sales offering, your businesses and all of this, okay, marketing, social media, then I would recommend you do join the Mastery membership because I'll be honest, we do our videos. I like to feel like I help out a lot. Elementor Forum as well. In the live chat, we've got our podcast, but in the live chat, we share a lot. We review websites. We help each other out. It's not all me. It's loads of fantastic people here as well. But for the real dedicated stuff where we go into your business and what is your business doing, how are you progressing? What's your roadmap? That's where we have the Mastery membership. And that's where we're looking at your business and where you could get to and what you could do to help yourself out. It's also looking at how are you currently building. Maybe you need to refine that, think a little bit differently. That's what we have the Mastery membership for. Charlie's not here, but if Charlie's watching, I need to just sort something out for him on rank math. Charlie, I've not done it yet. I will be doing it, okay? Just give me a chance. I will get onto it. Exactly, Pickstar. Go beyond the basics. And the greatest example I can give you for that is I love to draw. And I love to create and do digital art. And I wish I had honed in on that 20 years ago. Because maybe I'd be working for Disney right now. Maybe I'd be working with manga and anime comics and, I mean, come on. Who here has seen the Netflix show Arcane League of Legends? Who has seen it? Oh my God. The animation, the art, the story in itself and the voice acting is unbelievable. That movie, I personally believe, should have won Best Oscar. I don't get why it was, it's not even an Oscar, sorry. Not Oscar. Emmy. It's got to win an Emmy. When the Emmys come round, it's got to win an Emmy. And it probably won't. Yeah, Arcane. Oh my God. I mean, my son was watching it with me and he's 6. And by the end of episode 3, when we have that moment, the end of episode 3, when it's a shitstorm, everything goes wrong, right? You know what I'm talking about, episode 3, because it's still in the past. I was like, jaw open, could not believe it. What have I just witnessed? The greatest choreography, animation, acting, voice, music, the work. You've got to watch it, Mark. You've so got to watch it. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. The drama, the character arcs. It is it's ranked right up there. Like, so in Netflix, when they look at their shows, right, Stranger Things and all of that, and in the weekend, they chopped loads of shows, didn't they? Because of money issues, they chopped loads of shows. Arcane, League of Legends, right? Guys, people, women, children, pets, animals, right? This is, this show is just amazing, right? Amazing. It is amazing. I mean, even my son, right? He was like, My wife my wife's not into like anime, manga, that sort of stuff. Even she was like that. You know, she wanted to see the following episodes as well. It's so hookable. You gotta watch it. Before it disappears off Netflix, you gotta watch it. Okay? Yeah, so Moon Knight, I like it, but I still feel like I don't feel like I'm fully invested in the character or the story. I feel like it does this too much. You get a good scene and it goes, and then it goes, there's too much exposition. There's too much big moment, drop down, slow, big moment, slow. There's too much of that. And I get why, but I feel like the only reason I'm watching it, Pixar, is because I'm pretty sure he'll pop up in the movies. And I'd rather understand his backstory before just having him pop up like that. But yeah, Moon Knight, it's watchable. And I am going to keep watching. There's only 2 more episodes left, right? Episode 5, episode 6. It's not a lot to worry about. But I feel like that, the not the Miss Marvel. Yeah, the Miss one, isn't it? Or whichever one it's called. Miss Marvel, whatever. You got to watch that, because she'll be in the new Captain Marvel movie, won't she, later on, the Marvels. So you got to kind of watch them. You got to kind of watch them, you know. And I feel like anyone that's not watched the Loki or the Captain America one or the Falcon one, Winter Soldier, or WandaVision, so many people have not watched WandaVision. And I'm like, are you... Oh! If you... If you really want to understand Doctor Strange 2 that's got Wanda in there, you got to watch WandaVision. You know, Falcon and Winter Soldier, you got to watch them. You've got to watch them soon, because if you are massively into Marvel movies, my son loved WandaVision. He loved it from start to finish. He absolutely he's only 6. He loved it. Every time we're watching another show and the Marvel logo comes up, he's like, is it WandaVision again? Is it the new season? I'm like, no. Calm down. Poor boy. But, you know, WandaVision, Loki, Falcon, Winter Soldier, Moon Knight now. Then you'll have Miss Marvel, I think it is. You got to watch them. You got to watch them if you want to keep on track with Marvel. And here's where Marvel have got it so right. This is where DC are so screwed up, right? You got the Superman and Lois Lane series. You got Arrow here and Flash here and all this stuff, right? You got the new Batman film. The new Batman film is good. I think you could have cut an hour off. It's nearly 3 hours long, but it didn't have to be 3 hours long. It's a good film, but they could have chopped an hour off. You got the Batman film. None of them tie into the new Flash film. You know, the DC universe. Flash and Batgirl, all this stuff. They're all over the place, right? They're all over the place. You know? But you know, Andrew, you've got the new Miss Marvel show coming out. That will be dropping. I think that drops soon as well. And you got to watch that if you want to understand the Marvels movie with Captain Marvel, because she'll be in that. So you got to watch them. Yeah, Pixar, it started slow on purpose. It was black and white. I'm in episode 3. I'm in episode 4, 5. It goes like that. But hey, if you're into Marvel, you got to. No, Zoom. In fact, Zoom, I can't tell you what to do, but you know, I love my Netflix shows. I love my Disney shows. There's even some Apple shows that I quite like The Servant. Not to everyone's cup of tea at all, but The Servant on Apple. I like that show. I love the acting in that show. I'm invested in that show. But yeah, Andrew, yeah. And of course, How can we not talk about Kenobi? Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm going to put this on mute right now. Obi-Wan Kenobi, right? I have got high hopes for that show. I'm really rooting for that show. Yeah, you got it. Disney Plus, but obviously Netflix. I mean, come on. Stranger Things. In like what? In about 31 days, 32 days, we're going to have season 4 of Stranger Things. Hands up if you're a Stranger Things fan. I did not start watching Stranger Things, get this, until last year. Never watched it. Never, because I always thought, oh, it might not be my thing. And so many people said, Imran, you're going to love it. You love this kind of stuff. And my God, me and my wife, we binged season 1, season 2, season 3. Boom, 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 boom. We binged it. It is strange, but I love it. Love it. I think the 1980s nostalgia, when you're a kid that grew up in the 80s, stuff like that, just, you love it, don't you? But yeah, strange, Disney Plus, Netflix. I've got Apple TV as well, the box for that, so I've got that as well. And then, of course, Amazon Prime. If you are subscribed to Amazon Prime, then you get the Amazon Prime, like The Boys on Amazon Prime, brilliant. Picard is watchable. It's okay. It's watchable. It's not brilliant, but it's okay. All right. And I'm looking forward to The Lord of the Rings show coming on Amazon Prime. I hope that's good. I really hope that's good. But The Boys, who here has seen The Boys on Amazon Prime? Right? The Boys. Right? The Boys. Who watches The Boys? Yeah, Mark. It is. My wife loves. My wife, right? She hates anything that's too violent or whatever. She goes, oh, God, guns and stuff. Oh, God, ugh. But she loves The Boys. She loves it. When she told me she loves it, I was like, what? You really like it? This is cool. Yeah, Atif, I feel like, Picard, I'll tell you what, Atif, Picard has become too politically correct, right? Yeah, totally love The Boys. And you got season 3 for that coming out soon as well. So, I tell you what, for me, right, Lost, 2004, Lost, when Lost came out. I'm not bothered by what you think about Lost, but for me, I think Lost changed the landscape on TV. It suddenly made TV exciting with acting and the way you could go deep into characters and plot. And then soon after that, loads of TV shows started going boom, 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 boom. And, Manhattan, the 100. So TV shows, the TV shows just suddenly became bigger. The renaissance of TV shows. And now, God, me and my wife, if we're watching a good show, we got to get through it, because we know that if we don't get through it, there'll be another show and another show and another show and another show. And if you've not been doing, oh my God, Andrew, I loved Lost. Oh, one of my favorite shows ever. But if you've not invested in the Disney Plus shows right now, the Marvel ones, you better catch up before the movies start coming out, because you're not going to understand certain things, in my opinion. But yeah, TV shows so good. I am a little bit worried about the Lord of the Rings one from Amazon Prime. I hope they don't go down I hope they keep the essence of J.R. Tolkien's, because obviously it's based on 1,000 years prior to Lord of the Rings. It's way in the past. but I hope they capture it. And the same with Obi-Wan Kenobi. I mean, I love The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian, my son loves it. Boba Fett was okay. It was okay. And I was a big Boba Fett fan, and I was disappointed that it just felt like an imitation. And it was only good when The Mandalorian was in it. And that says a lot, right? But the Boba Fett show was just like... And they did some stuff in the Boba Fett show which was appalling. Like, you know, those kids on the bikes, like the Power Rangers. And it was like, really? Coloured bikes now? Is this how far we've gone? You've turned it into a cheap kids show. Ha, DVDs. Well, we've kind of deviated from The Room, Elementor WordPress, to talking about Netflix, Disney Plus, Marvel, Lost, Blu-ray discs. You still have a VHS recorder? You kidding me? What for, No, hold on. Don't tell me what you're watching on that VHS recorder. I'm now worried. What are you watching on there? It's going to be stuff you've recorded or got that you can't get anywhere else. Right? What have you got recorded on there, Pixar? What have you got on there, you dirty man? What have you got on there? Reruns of Alf Wiedersson Pet, I bet. Kinda, yeah. When I say Alf Wiedersson Pet now to some people, they kind of, like youngsters, they kind of look at me and go, what? 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 That's not even German. Why have you added pet? They don't get it. So yeah, Matt, Bark, the trouble is, Bo, right, Bark, how do you know who is a real client? Hahaha, Pixar. The thing is, Matt, how do you know what's real? Because I'm suspect of some of the jobs that are put up there. I think some web design agencies put them on under a fake account. The second thing, you know, when you pay for a job, so you pay 20, 25 credits for a job, that job is not exclusive to you. There could be 20 other people that also paid 24 credits for that job. All 20 of those people, including you, are now going to contact the client. Did you know that? It's not exclusive. What Bark should have done is said that, right, no more than 3 people can contact that client, right? Not more than 3. But at the moment, you pay for it, even though the job has only been out for 5 minutes, someone else has already done it. And did you know Yellow Pages? Did you know Yellow Pages have a monopoly? They contact every single client within a minute of it going live. They contact them. Yeah, we can do da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So you're up against it. You're up against Yellow Pages now. Yellow Pages even offer them a listing on their directory. You're up against it. No guarantee. Because I challenged Bark on it. I went, why do you keep letting Yellow Pages do it? They went, oh, well, you know, we can't stop them. And I'm like, yeah, but I have heard of some clients telling me that Yellow Pages contact them like within 20 seconds of them hitting send. So how are they getting it that quick? Yeah, Pixar, it is, you know, online. Oh, absolutely, Jordan. And then I've had clients, right? I had a client once that paid. Okay, here's my example. Yellow Pages. Anyone that does self-publishing will write, you can pay a company £2,000 and the company goes, yep, we edit your book, we do the cover, we publish it, and we'll advertise it on Amazon. Jack shit. They don't do half of that. All they do is get your book made. They'll send you 100 copies of the book into your door. You then have to sell the books to make even a tiny bit of profit back. And the £2,000, well, you've achieved nothing. They won't advertise you. Jack shit. They don't do that. And that's a bit like Yellow Pages. Yellow Pages will say to clients, £1,500 for a basic website. We're talking basic as basic. We will put you on our Yellow Page directory, blah, 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 blah. You're paying £1,500 for nothing. And clients, we had a client come to us that regretted it. And they were like, please give me a deal. I've paid £1,500 already. Please do a deal. And I was like, I can drop it a little bit, but I can't do any more. I didn't force you to go with Yellow Pages. You went there yourself. Sorry to hear that, Matt. And I don't like the way that some companies do that as well. They go, right, we'll get someone who will get to do loads of work, but we're going to pay them a minimal amount. I hate it. I understand it's great for the young person, but it's not great for you as well that had the appetite to do it. Hey, George. Oh, Andrew. You might as well keep them. They'll probably be worth a good sum of money one day. Yeah, that's it, Jordan. That's it. There's the monthly cost as well for Yellow Pages. SEO, non-existent. Advertising, non-existent. And they think, oh, £400 a month, and if I get a client a week, I'm making profit. You're not making profit. In fact, the profit is being made by the council when they clear out your bin, because all you've done is shove screwed up balls of paper into the bin. Yeah, and we are yeah, Blockbuster bankrupt, closed down. But you see, this is the thing with Bark. Yellow, let me tell you now, right? If you ever do use Bark, and we did very early on, I would say to them, did you get contacted by Yellow Pages as well? And they'd be like, yeah, how did you know? Every single client said that's the first one that contacted them. And Yellow Pages will be on the phone with them for ages. They will keep them on the phone. Yeah, we do this, we do that, blah, 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 blah. They do all that. So by the time you get to the client, they're exhausted. Oh, what do you want? Oh, I've already had a quote. Oh, look, I've already told the person this. Why do I have to tell you? Because we're not Yellow Pages. I've had a client say to me, I've already told them this. Yeah, but I wasn't them. How would I know what you said? You know, I nearly burst out laughing like, I wasn't them. I don't know them. We don't have a big forum. Oh, yes, I contacted client A and I quoted X. You go in and you quote Z. And you go in and you quote A. What the heck's up with people? No way, George deleted the WordPress core. Back up. I feel like, George, you have to back up. You're always doing backups because you know there's going to be a problem with some of these people. The trouble with places like Bark and Upwork, Jordan, is that unless you're in the market to have a website, unless you're happy to build a website for $50 or $100, say, or $20, or £100, whatever. It's not. You're going to do basically a week's worth of work for $50 or $100. And if you're desperate for the income or the review, you might have to do it. You can't knock it. You might have to do it. But I couldn't bring myself around to doing that. So I just feel like I'm not going to do 7 days worth of work for that value, because at the same time, that client is probably going to treat you like shit. Well, I've paid you, do this. No, I changed my mind, do that. No, I want this instead. And you're going to be sat there going, for $100, I'm taking this shit. And that's what it comes down to, isn't it? That's what it comes down to. Because once you start to accept jobs of that value, suddenly you get caught in a trap where you're always doing those kind of jobs. Now, if it makes an income for you and a living, maybe it works. Yeah, the job rarely ends, Jordan, exactly that. Oh, George. So Mark might understand this, yeah. So just because GoDaddy have the basic package and the deluxe package gives them what they should have got in the basic. You know, stuff like SSL and all of that, or backups. But because GoDaddy call it deluxe, customers go, "Ooh, we got the deluxe package," and I'm like, "No, because your basic was absolute crap. Your basic was crap." So that's why you got to get the deluxe, because they won't leave GoDaddy. If they don't leave GoDaddy, and they say to them, right, now you got to get the deluxe package. But the deluxe package... Right, I'm just going to go grab some peanuts. All right, I'm just going to grab some peanuts. I'll be back in a moment. Exactly, Pixar. You could name it golden shit. Yep. GoDaddy, the deluxe. Because it's just like the marketing in it, deluxe. The minute you see that, you go, whoa, the premium package. And you go, no, it just gives you SSL and backups. No, staging copies as well. It gives you that as well. And you go, that is what the basic should have been giving you for what you pay. The basic should have had all of that. The SSL. Do you know what gets me really mad? All of these hosting providers, and they sell you the most basic, cheapest package without SSL. What? What business out there thinks it's okay to do that? Yeah, but you could get really simple SSL or blah, 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 whatever you want. Come on, hosting providers. Your most basic package you offer should have SSL and backup. I understand maybe the staging site, you got to do an upgrade. I get that. But backup, daily backups and SSL should be standard, business standard, industry standard. Are you sure, George? I thought SSL was in the deluxe. Or maybe in Greece or Cyprus it isn't. I know in the UK it is. No, I understand what you're saying, Matt. I understand what you're saying about, or when you do get a client that's going to work with you, And then you realise afterwards, actually, you don't want to work with them because they're just a pain in the ass. This is my third can. I had my first can from 9 to 10. My second can from 10 to 11. And then I opened this can at 12. So it's nearly 2 hours. I need a cold can soon. Do you know what, George? I'm going to double check now. I don't know if it is a UK thing. Do you know what? I can't remember now what they do and don't have now. Hold on, Dave. I know what you're looking at, Dave, so let me show you. Dave, hold on. Let me show you what you're looking at, right? Let me show you what GoDaddy do, right? So, Dave, you're looking at the web hosting, right? Let me show you what GoDaddy do, okay? Let me share the screen. Let me share the screen, right? So, if you go to GoDaddy for the WordPress hosting, right? Oh, no, it is in there. Sorry, I'm wrong. Yeah, sorry, you are right. It is in there. I think that's new. Because before you had to always go here to get it. With the Deluxe. So before, I know this because 2 months ago we had to get 6 months ago, the client had basic and it didn't have SSL. They had to upgrade. Why are we looking at GoDaddy, for God's sakes? What the hell's wrong with us? Where's SSL? Anyway, no, that's Linux. That's Linux. What am I doing on Linux? Oh, let's get off this GoDaddy. Why are we giving GoDaddy advertising time here? Hey? I'll put an affiliate commission link. Click it. Go on, buy 1,000 of them. Yeah, who knows soon? Maybe one day, I'll do a meetup with loads of people in the UK one day. I have to be honest, I don't like travelling much these days. Just going to the shop is bad enough for me now. Ha 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 ha. Who knows, Atif, one day. Oh no, have I got the wrong title? Sorry, someone's just told me I've got the wrong... Yeah, sorry about that. Let me just edit the title. Thanks for spotting that, Inderpreet. I was hoping that someone else here would have pointed that out, but obviously I can't trust them. When was the last time I left Leicestershire? That's a good question, Mark. Do you remember when we did that meetup in London? Was it October? Was it October 2021? You remember the one where we got all those flasks? and all that stuff from Optum. They gave us loads of. They gave us a box. Was that October 2021? Matt. Zoom. Have you got a MacBook Air? What are you using? Ha, Birmingham, yep. So Zoom, you can't use the MacBook camera unless you got a brand new MacBook. You got to get, I use my iPhone. No, that's what you're doing with Reincubate as well, aren't you? Yeah, there you go. It's the 2017. You need to get the new one, the M1. So Matt, right? This company that's approached you, right? Please be careful of them offering you a low value. They'll go, yeah, we'll pay you £200 per job. How much time are they expecting you to do on that job? A day? A week? So please be careful of what they are offering. Because look, they're an SEO company in London. I talked about this last week, and I've done a podcast for this, which is coming out next week, right? Next Tuesday. It's what I call the web design agencies that they basically are out for a profit, and they're going to use freelancers, and they're going to pay you that. Now, you could say that's okay, but what security are they offering you? What are they asking you to do, and how long will it take? So just watch out for what they're offering, okay? And just because they say, well, we're only going to give you £100 because a student is fine with that, or someone in Malaysia is okay with that. No, you're in the UK, so what is your rate and what would you expect to be paid? How near are you to that? So if you expect £300-400, go in with that, all right? Watch out for it. Get liking. Yeah, so I've got I'm only using the iPhone XR, by the way, soon. So my phone is like what, nearly 4 years out of date. But the XR, the camera on the XR, the 11, the 12, the 13, unless you have the Pro Maxes, the camera's not that different. So the iPhone XR is fine. But yeah, the M1, you know, the M1 chip makes a big difference for the MacBook Air. So Ashika, if you want to know how to become an expert on WordPress, experimentation, trying out new things, trying to find multiple solutions to a problem, but a lot of advice we would give you, I thought that was my cat then, for WordPress and becoming a master or an expert in it is part of the Mastery membership. So that link there. What, all in one go, Ashika? If you've done that all in one go, fantastic. So can we add content reveal method? Like if we put a video on Elementor, I'm not sure about that, Inderpreet. So what are you saying? So so you put a video on, and the video is 10 minutes. That's going to be JavaScript, and that question has been asked a few times. I don't know the answer for that one, because I think there is a solution on Google for that. I'm sure I've seen something where basically they get so far in the video, then another bit appears. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, 9-minute content appears. The other thing you could do is set a pop-up. But the trouble is, though, Dave, it's almost deciding when. So let's say there's a 10-minute video and I skip it and I'm already near the end. Now, because you set it to appear after 9 minutes, I might not even be on the page because I've skipped the video or I've fast forwarded it. And that's the trouble with it. Okay, so freelancer gets £300. So hold on, Matt. Okay, so this sounds like it's more than just SEO now. Okay, so can you give me the first name of who this person is? Do not give me the name of the company, but can you give me the first name of this person? Just the first name. Yeah, 6 to 8 websites a month. That sounds a little bit... That sounds a bit, That sounds like, it sounds to me like they are rush jobs now. You're turning them around really quickly. They sound a bit rushy for me. Rushing along. Samuel. All right, he's not the person I'm thinking of then. So let me just read through Matt, right? I want to focus on Matt. £300, right? And how much are they getting for the website? This is exactly like the podcast I'm releasing next week. £5,000 website, but they were going to pay the designer £200. No, it was £400. It was 400 or something like that. They're going to pay them 4% of the value of that website. Exactly, Dave. So I'm jumping around now. So Dave's point, I would not have something appear when you've watched a video for 9 minutes, 8. I'd have it always there. The side of the video, below the video. Maybe have it fade in after 10 seconds, but don't make it wait 8, 9 minutes. Who's going to sit there and watch the full 9 minutes of that video? They'll skip ahead. Yes, I mean, yeah, Atif, yeah, we could do something like that one day. You know, like have people come on. I might do that again next week with EV Mux. Exactly. So what Soom is saying there, yeah, right, Matt. So £300 for a website, I would then want to... Oh, no, hold on. Whoa, Matt, hold on. Everyone, stop. Right, Matt. This is exactly what... Give me a surname. Give me a surname right now. Give me a surname. Samuel who? Give me a surname. I need a surname now because this is exactly what I talk about on the podcast. Right? SiteGround, Cornell. SiteGround are really, really good. Right, Matt's point. They are going to give you a spec and a design. Right? Have they told you to design a travel agency website? Have they told you to build a travel agency website and they're going to give you the design? Interpret, you might need to Google for it, okay? Because I'm sure there was a link for it somewhere. I've seen something. So Matt, this web design agent... Now, this is serious, everyone. No fun and games now, right? Okay, no fun and games right now. Matt, we love you. We look after you. We want you to be safe. But this travel agency, are they going to give you a spec or a design that you've got to create for this test? Go on, Matt. Be honest now, Matt. Come on. And if you're willing, either don't share it on here. Email me. Please email me the name of this person and the company. I will not be contacting them. I just want to know. So did you designed it as well? You designed it as well? Or did they give you a design? Just go with hello, Ashika. Hello. Just go with hello. So Matt, so when you say design the homepage, did you design from scratch, or did they say, right, here's a design and you've got to make that in Elementor now or whatever? All right, take care, Mark. And so just to understand, Matt, are they now going to get you to build that homepage as a test? Is that what we're saying here? Is that what they're going to do? They are going to get you to build that homepage as a test. By the way, we're only going to be live for another 5 minutes. Okay, we're only going to be live for another 5 minutes. So Matt, are they going to get you to now design that page as a test? Nice one, Zoom. No, not build it. Want to see my design. Okay, so maybe it's different to the problem I've been talking about. Ashika, if you want instant support, you got to sign up to this. We have our live chat here, but you got to sign up to that. Okay, so tell me the lowdown then, Matt. So what's happening now? They've seen it. They've seen what the client wanted. Hopefully you've come to an agreement. What's next? What happens now? What happens now? Oh, okay. Nice one, Indapre. Nice one. Indapre has found it. So right, so Indapre, Pickstar has a solution for you, okay? There you go. There's 2 solutions. Whoa, that's come out a bit mixed up. Let me just post that again. This is for Indapre, by the way, okay? Or for anyone else that has an interest in this. I might do a video on it. But yeah, this is of interest. So Matt, back to you. Go for it, Zoom. Hey, Pepsi Black. What's it taste like? So Matt, what happens now? What's happening now? You've done the test. You come to an agreement. What's happening now? Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Okay, so what happens after that now? So after you've now, a third meeting, 12th of May. And how much time? Okay, Matt, now here's the big one, right? Before we get to the third meeting, how much time have you given this person? And I'm talking about meetings and work. How many hours? How many hours? How many hours? Oh, come on, Zoom, taste it now. So 2 meetings, 30 minutes each, so that's 1 hour. I think you can say meetings are meetings, you know, as long as they weren't massively long, fine. Take care, Zoom. And how much hours have you spent? The design took about 5. Okay, now here's the bit, the 5 to 6 hours bit. Okay. How much more time are you going to give before you get paid for that? And that's my big worry. And I'm saying this now. How old are you, Matt? How old are you, Matt? How old are you? Again? You're not 12. How old are you again, Matt? Dave's kind of said what I was alluding to actually. All right, but I'm gonna pad that out a bit more. Right, 27, right? So I am 40. I'm 43. So I'm old enough to be your dad, Matt. I'm old enough to be your dad. Okay. I'm telling you as a dad now. Watch out. Be careful, son. Okay. You've given 5 to 6 hours. After this third meeting, what else are you going to be asked to give? And like Dave has just said, how do you know that they've got this design and now they're going to use this other design and they're going to go out to clients and go, look, do you want a website that looks like this? No, but Matt, what I'm saying, Matt, is what you don't know is what if they're now using that design to now go and get other work. So they're going to say to someone else, hey, look, here's an alternate design. And you've put in the work at the moment for free. Yeah, it's like, Obi-Wan never told you, Luke. No, he doesn't say that. He goes, I am your father. Right? So, hey, Ashika, 19, right? So all I'm saying is be careful. I think just be careful of what they ask you to do next, all right? Because it's already 5 or 6 hours of your time. Just be careful. Because this company has got signed off whatever. They are probably going to advertise to other travel agencies that, like, they asked you, like, let me tell you when the alarm bell gets ringing. They've got a travel agency client. Do they focus on travel agency websites? Why would you ask someone to now design another travel agency? Because they asked you to design it based on a written spec. Oh, we want a travel agency website, blah, 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 blah. Go away and work it up. In real life, you'd speak to the client. What do you want? What about your images? What's your wording? What's your narrative? Blah, 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 all this stuff, right? So it feels a little bit, yeah, take care, Pixar. It feels a little bit like they're using you and your skill sets to get something else, I think. And that's what I'm just saying, right, okay? I do not like it when people get taken advantage of, especially when, and like, look, when you approach the agency, they know they've got you. You came to them. And now they're going to say, right, do this, do that, do that, do that. Do a test, do this, do that, whatever. So watch out for that. Because in the UK, a lot of web design agencies are taking the piss with this. They lure you in, get what they want, and then they drop you off. Grab and run. Do a design for us, we're testing out. You do the entire homepage in Elementor. Oh, we don't like it. Because it's built on their server, because it's built on their platform, they've got the backup copy of it. So even if you delete it, they've got it. They can do what they want. The thing is, Matt, right, it's like, can you imagine if you start a job and your employer says to you, right, I'm going to take you on for 1 day. We'll see how it goes. We'll have a team meeting. We'll see how it goes. That's not how it works in real life, right? Unless you're employed as a consultant, you're a total bag of shit and you wreck things and you cause havoc. So just see what happens on this meeting and then see how it goes. 8 websites a month. I mean, come on, this travel agency website, if you padded out everything else needed, how long would you think it would take you to do? So these people, they're after the quick ones. Yeah, you want a website? Yeah, we'll do it really cheap. Boom, 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 boom. Knock it out, knock it out, knock it out, knock it out. They just want to make loads of income off you and anyone else. So the managing director, the CEO, he is laughing. He's lapping it up. I am your father. Right? They're lapping it up. Whereas you are obligated to do the work, and you won't get a deposit. Matt, you won't get a deposit. You'll get paid at the end if the client is happy. Will you get a deposit? You won't get a deposit. I'm telling you now, they won't give you a deposit. Will they give you a deposit? Answer that. Exactly, Matt. You're obligated to perform. Ashika, you have to right-click and inspect the demo, see if it's built with Elementor or WordPress. Look at the solutions. And if it's a JavaScript website, well, unless you know JavaScript, you could get stuck. Yeah, Andrew's right. If your wife tells you to paint the fence, you just do it, right? Yeah, okay, Matt, look, please keep in touch. And if I don't hear from you until then, please do come back to let us know or email me directly, info@websquadron.co.uk. Don't agree to anything until you run it by me. Not because I have any right to tell you what to do, but if I spot something or I go, oh, double check on this, I'm only doing it to help you out. I'm not here to pinch your business or anything like that. What I don't want is for you to... Was that my cat I just heard? Hold on. No, it wasn't my cat. Sorry. I don't want you to get screwed over like so many people I hear about who've given up time and money and everything, and they just regret it. So I'm just doing this to help you out, mate, okay? All right, look, I am now shooting off just to crack on with some other stuff. Take care, everyone. And Matt, do get back in touch, okay? Oh, don't worry, Jimmy. I know you're busy. Right? So, please, don't worry. Yeah, exactly what Jason says. It sounds risky, but please do come back and let us know how that May the 13th meeting goes, okay? Take care, everyone. And remember, later on or tomorrow morning, the video of how we set this all up will be out tomorrow. Take care. I'll see you all soon. Bye. Oh, I'm still here. Yeah, bye. Oh, hold on. Ashika, question. Do you refer to any videos to make Elementor, faster and skilled? Yeah, Ashika, go to our playlist. We've got a playlist for it. In fact, I'll give you the video now before I shoot off. You need to go and watch this video, okay? You need to go and watch this video. All right? From start to finish, you got to watch it, okay? It's the tips and hints about the plugins and everything you need to use. So, Ash, watch this video, all right? Go watch that video, Ash. It's been fun, everyone. Take care. I think we talked about some serious stuff, some not so serious, Marvel, Disney, and all of that. The new recording studio. And I'm going to go and get another can of Pepsi Max because I need one. Take it easy, everyone. Bye. 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 Bye, 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 bye.